This is actually going really well. This is millions times better than the first time we tried this. Okay. So, whew,
All right.
test,
Now
test,
we're going to
test.
talk about the Nintendo Switch.
No, we gotta. Okay, we're gonna have to do that again.
Yeah, because you were saying test.
Yeah, that's getting my woosah on. We got some good outtakes now.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the outtake where we compared the bent microphone to my former self's bench.
Yes,
Like
I get it.
I don't want to say what we're talking about, but I might have been talking about a penis. Anyways, so yeah.
Yeah, so now we're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch.
So thanks for jumping in with us. Okay, now do another intro.
So, let's talk about the Switch. What's up with that?
So okay, so let's engage on the Switch then. So we both watched the press conference, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's our baseline. For anybody who's not aware, last night, the 12th, 11, it was 11 p.m.
I believe
Eastern.
this morning, too, but I didn't see the one this morning.
I don't know about one this morning, but last night at 11 p.m. Eastern, I know this, there was a big drop of information from Nintendo. There is a very sad translator who I think he was literally trying to work for some ramen or something that college kids eat, maybe grilled cheese sandwiches, because he did not do a good job translating.
It's hard to translate when you're focusing on those hunger pains.
Yeah, I guess. So we've established, we're talking about the Switch impression.
I don't know. I think it looks kind of neat. I've always kind of wanted a tablet that I can play games on, like an actual tablet that I can play games on, I guess, as opposed to just a normal tablet where, I mean, the games are pretty much like tower defense and stuff like that.
You know, I agree with you, and I feel like that product was released circa 2006. I feel like we've got we've got the Galaxy Tab, we've got the iPad, we've got the NVIDIA Shield. All I'm saying is...
You mean the NVIDIA Switch? The Nintendo Shield?
I mean, honestly, if I was at NVIDIA, I would literally write, during that press conference, or actually whenever it first dropped, the picture of what it looked like and what it did, I would have been like, the fuck? That's literally what I would have, because...
Apparently NVIDIA worked pretty closely with Nintendo on this, and they, coincidentally decided to drop Shield development after it was announced. So, for all intents and purposes,
Nintendo got a whole lot of free R&D.
it is the NVIDIA Switch or Nintendo Shield or however you want to say that. But counterpoint to what you're saying, Joy-Cons though.
Okay, yeah. Except for the fact that, like, I could have, you can actually use your PS4 controller. You can use an Xbox One controller on a tablet. You can actually, using the Xbox Companion app, stream from your Xbox to a lot of devices.
That are the sides.
Yeah, or I could use my freaking Surface Pro to stream, which I actually do this a lot. Because I'll play Madden and I'll be like, oh, look at me, I can play Madden in bed, haha, yay. And somehow not also piss off my wife.
No, I think, I do think that's a big selling point, though, the controllers on the side, because it makes it more like a portable gaming machine, I guess.
Okay.
But, that having been said...
I am a huge gadget guy. I have a Vive, I have the Gear VR, I have a whole lot of other shit. Any kind of gadget. I have an addiction. I will probably not be buying a Switch. They fooled me once. They fooled me with the Wii U, and I made the mistake and got that basic model, and then they had so many updates to it that the internal storage could not hold all the freaking updates to that freaking thing.
Yeah.
And
And fun fact, then he was locked out of all the games he had purchased on that system because your games are tied to your system, not your account.
So yeah, so I had the basic white Wii U. I had an account. I did email Nintendo. I did call their reps, and they happily told me that I bought a brand new Nintendo Wii U with the deluxe model or whatever, and that account was locked to that one, so my games were now stuck on my old shitty one. Um, so so I'm gonna go through real quick the things I dislike about the Switch. Low resolution, I feel like the battery life is not going to last the 4 to 6 hours they're saying. I bet you it'll be happy to last 2.5 based off of their past track record. I am not happy with the fact that it only has 32 gigs of internal memory starting off. I feel like that's terrible. I feel like a $300 price point for what amounts to a fancier version of a portable gaming system. Um, I don't feel like there's a leap forward with graphics technology at all. I feel like they keep going down the path of we want to be unique, and sadly, unique is not always beautiful. Um, Despite what the Disney shirt might tell you, there might be a reason why no one else is doing what you are doing.
All right, I'm going to counter a few of your arguments here.
Okay.
The battery life.
Yes.
2.5 hours is all I'm going to need anywhere.
That is ridiculous.
I mean,
I travel a lot. And you know what 2.5 hours buys me? It doesn't even buy me. Okay, it buys me from Huntsville to Atlanta. But if I go from Atlanta to Houston, or if I go from Atlanta to DC, that Nintendo Switch isn't going to make it through a single flight. Not one flight. I'm just asking for one little bitty flight. My gaming PC that has a 980M will last for 3.5 hours. So, if I can game with my 980M gaming laptop and get 3.5 hours, why the heck, whenever I'm doing something that's just purely like it's a portable, why? Why, John?
Well, I'm just going to say personally, that's enough for me.
That is enough time for you to take it off of your TV monitor and take it into your bathroom, and then possibly kill yourself in your bath. That is all the time you have.
So, second thing that I like about the Nintendo Switch.
Is this a counterpoint or a pro?
This is a pro.
Okay, pro.
All right. I do like how the controller's set up. I do. I like how it's on the sides.
Let me see your hands. Can you put your hands up? Okay, now I get this. This has universally been the constant for all controllers. And someday we're going to talk about the Steam controller and how much I hate that piece of junk. But this is the universal constant. So, but like they're tiny. They're so.
Oh yeah, no. I don't mean using them like taking them off and using them like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm talking about actually being on the sides playing it like that.
But there's actually a little controller you can buy for. I know it's for the tabs, and I'll see if I can find a link in the description and maybe try to beat Nintendo to the punch and link it on Amazon. But there's a controller you can get that you can put on a tablet already that gives you a controller on both sides.
But like I said, I really like how that's set up. And I think, honestly, I might be the perfect person for this because I haven't had a Nintendo system for a while. I had a Wii, but I skipped out on the Wii U. I haven't had their portable systems since the Game Boy Advance SP, I think it was.
So what you're telling me is you're sad you missed all 7 games that were on the Wii U?
No, what I'm telling you is I've been gone long enough from Nintendo that all their old stuff is new to me again. So, I'll admit, I'm a little excited for the open world Zelda.
Okay.
The JRPGs look decent that are on it.
So I'm not a JRPG fan, but I do have to admit, the new Zelda and Mario games, and the whole, Donkey, anything with Donkey Kong, I'm gonna be a pushover for. But their launch date lineup of games and their first party release lineup looks suspiciously the same.
Yeah, well, I think it's been established by now that you don't buy a Nintendo system if you don't like their first party games. That's pretty much all that's gonna be there of note.
So wait, I just now thought of something, and we're gonna rabbit trail here. So, so I know you're a little bit more of a PlayStation fan than me. A
I
little
have
bit.
been in the past, yes.
So with the PlayStation 4, they had, what's that, the PS Vita, right?
Yeah.
And you could actually play.
God, that flip one that they showed off the prototype.
Yeah.
Looked so cool.
Well, you could actually, and couldn't you actually play your games on the PS Vita streaming from your PS4?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is if you wanted a portable handheld that you could stream from from a console and then also still play on a console, that happened. It was 5 years ago. Nobody used it, and it died sadly.
Yes, but this is different because Nintendo.
Nintendo, what others don't. Nintendo. There's a marketing slogan in there. First one's free Nintendo.
But I think you would agree with me if they had a Surface Pro.
Yes.
With the things on the side.
No.
Built for gaming from the ground up.
Nope.
You're just being contrary now.
I do not want my arms to be this far apart when I'm playing a game.
I think it's gonna be fine.
I like a little controller. I mean, I can hook my Xbox One remote up to my little Surface and stream from my Xbox. And
I don't think on a portable system that a separate controller and screen works. It just doesn't work for me.
Well, and I can honestly, I can actually respect that. But for me, I mean, I like it because I can stream from my Xbox. It's surprising the games I can actually play on a Surface Pro.
But like I was saying before I was interrupted.
For the fourth time this episode.
If it was just like a regular Surface tablet.
Yeah.
But had the whatever you want to call them, controller parts on the side.
The Joy-Cons, right?
Yeah, Joy-Cons. And you could also watch your videos, do your if it's just desktop.
We'll find that.
All right, starting over.
So if you had a normal Joy-Con.
If you had the Surface Pro, you could watch all your stuff. You had your Joy-Cons on the side for gaming. And you could play all your PC games and everything. Use the Tegra chip just like the Switch does. Then that would be something you'd want to buy.
I could see somebody wanting to buy that. I mean, my only real concern, or my only thing that kind of bugs me about all this, is that Nintendo used to innovate. I loved, my first console was an NES. I grew up kind of a PC gamer, but my first console was an NES. I love the NES. I love the SNES. That freaking Star Wars game or SimCity on the SNES, man, that was my jam. But they used to innovate in concepts and technology. And, with the Wii, honestly, I kind of liked it because, yeah, it was a little gimmicky, but they were thinking outside the box. And then the Wii U came along, and again, kind of a little gimmicky, but they were thinking outside the box, and it was still kind of new at the time. But now, they've literally taken something that other people have done several times before, and they haven't really added anything to it. I mean, it's like, I feel like Nintendo used to have a certain quality attached to it. and it's just not the same anymore. I mean, the graphics aren't as good. If you do happen to use it in tablet mode, it's like I believe it's a 720p is what they said, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe that. I mean, anything is 720p anymore. Um, not to sound like a video snob or a resolution snob, but like if I were to purchase a handheld gaming tablet that's one of the million kind of knockoffs that you can buy from China right now, and sometimes I buy those gadgets because they're just fun to play with for the 10 seconds they last.
Yeah.
If I were to buy one that was only 720p, I'd be like, well, this is a terrible knockoff. This isn't even a half good knockoff.
Well, you see, I think part of it is I'm excited about the games too.
Now, the
And
games
I'm less excited about that because, again, it's not a normal tablet. I won't be able to play my other games with them. And that's a bummer.
Yeah.
But I am excited for the new Zelda. I think it looks good. I'm excited for the new Mario. I think it looks good.
Mario Odyssey is going to be great. I mean, I'm actually.
I liked what I saw of the Xenoblade Chronicles game.
I'm not a huge fan of the Xenoblade series, but what I will say is when it comes to games, I agree with you, 100%. I like the game lineup they had as far as the Nintendo releases, but I mean, there's a part of me that just almost feels like Nintendo might as well go the way as Sega because Sega, I like Sega as a publisher. I do. They don't really do their own internal games anymore, which I feel is sad. But as a publisher, though, they curate good content. Aliens in Isolation, the Total War series.
I thought you were gonna say Colonial Marines. I'd have to punch you straight in the face.
You know the heartbreak that was Colonial Marines for me.
Oh, God.
I loved co-op games. I loved AVP. And I was like, oh, Colonial Marines, I'm so excited. I'm so giddy. I'm like,
I was so looking forward to that. You remember early in development how they were like, you'll get to make your own Marine and customize them however you see fit.
Oh,
yeah. When the game comes out. You get to customize your gun. Laser sight that points straight ahead.
Into my heart is what it points to.
I've got to, point that out on a video. Mm-hmm. You have the laser sight on your gun, and the laser is pointing straight ahead, and then there's the dot in the center, and it's all it doesn't line up. You have a laser pointing up in this direction, and the dot's right here. It doesn't line up.
I'm going to say this unequivocally. AVP2 is one of the best games ever made. I'm not going to put any kind of things on that. I'm not going to say there's no exceptions. It's one of the best games ever made. I'm not really sure how we got to here, but I'm much happier talking about AVP2 than I'm talking about the Switch because I will not be buying the Switch. If a Switch is in my household, it is because one of the three things that depend upon me for support at any given time have tricked me into buying them in their tiny little hands with probably smiles and hugs because I'm a sucker. Because it's not for me. I mean,
I'll probably end up getting one, but it won't be anywhere near launch.
Yeah.
Like I said, if it was a regular tablet that also had the Tegra processor that would let me play games on it, and it had the controllers on the side, that would be something I'd be interested in day one.
Well,
but as it is, it's only a portable Nintendo system. I'm not as excited about it as I could be.
Well, and what I am going to say, when it comes to the Nintendo Switch, I just don't have that confidence level. I have a PS4 and I have an Xbox One, and I enjoy both. I do enjoy using I use my Xbox One a little bit more, but I do use my PS4. That's actually the one that's in my room. What I will say is that I didn't have a problem buying either of those at launch. With the Switch, with it being something that has to go in and out of a cradle, with it being something that now they got away with the Wii social community. They're gonna do a new online thing. They're gonna start
Yeah.
charging for that. I
Yeah.
get that they're not charging for it for the first 6 months, but um, just with my experience with the Wii U, I mean, I have gig internet access, um, pretty much. Well, almost. Um, and it's so slow that we use the Wii U. I mean, the Xbox One downloads super fast. PS4 super fast. I can stream on both of them. The Wii U, hey, I wanna download Super Mario Maker. I have to watch Mario jump 1 million times. What would it kill them to give me a fucking loading bar?
You see, I don't have that problem because, like I said, I haven't bought a Nintendo console in a while. So, I don't have any of that frustration.
Well,
My Wii was never even online. So, I don't know how good or bad their online service
didn't
is.
you get a Wii, like, with your car?
Yes, it remained plugged in for a little while. So, like I said, I haven't had or played a Nintendo system in a while. I think I might be due.
There is a car dealership in Texas that is still handing out free Wii's with their cars.
But yeah, so let's talk about something else that's going to make you a little more happy. Price points.
Oh, with the Wii U, or I mean, sorry, the Switch. So,
the Nvidia Switch.
there were some rumors out there that it was going to be between 250 and 300. I feel like 250 would have been the perfect price point for it. I feel like I don't like the $300 price point. I feel if it was at 250, 200 to 250, I think I might take the plunge eventually on it, just because it's like, what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
But something about it, just like hitting that $300 mark, has it in my head where it's like the Switch versus a basic PS4 or Xbox One.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like the value is the same.
I'm not gonna lie, the $300 stings, but what's worse? That goddamn Pro controller for $70.
Oh yeah, isn't each Joy-Con separately like $40 as well?
Yes, the tiny little thing that goes on the side of the Switch is $40. A pair of them, $70.
Yeah.
$80, something like that. A Pro controller, $70.
Yep.
And it's all like, yeah, okay, I get it. There have been expensive controllers before. The Elite controller for your Xbox One or PC is gonna set you back $150. But that actually has features.
Well,
that has customizable bumpers. That has a lot of different parts that you can switch out.
It's weighty.
It's customizable. The Pro controller looks like just a regular plastic piece of shit.
So here's actually where I'm gonna go full on. So whenever me and my family played, and if I was playing on the Wii U, it was because it was with my family or with a group of friends when we were playing a party game. That's the one thing I loved about the Nintendo consoles. You had Mario Party, you had the kart racing games, all that stuff. They were great games. Those party games were what made the console for me, and I enjoyed them. With the Switch, it's going to come with those two little controllers. And yes, I get that you can take them off and have two tiny, tiny controllers that two of you can play with. If I want to add another person to my mix, I've either got to buy a extra right or an extra left, which adds like a certain weird complexity to me because I'm kind of OCD. I like things to be symmetrical, and it's having an extra right is just gonna make me go crazy. Or I'm gonna have to shell out for $70 Pro controllers, and that's if I can even have like me and 3 people each with their own Pro controller on the same console.
So you get your the Nintendo Shield.
Yeah.
And it comes with the 2 Joy-Cons for $300. You want to have 4-player Mario Kart. You've got to get 2 more Joy-Cons. That's $80 more bucks. So now you're up to $380. And then you want to play Mario Kart, of course. So you're gonna have to buy Mario Kart. That's at least another 20, $30. You're looking at over $400 for that.
My favorite games have always been the Mario Party series. Well, of late. Um, or at least maybe not favorite. That's not a good idea. My most played games typically are the Mario Party games, and I did like that they said that you can kind of play it in a LAN mode type thing. You can have multiple ones all configured locally. I'm a huge fan of co-op. You know that. Anyone who's ever heard me talk knows that. People on the side of the street who are unfortunate enough to talk to me know that. What bugs me though is that um, I feel like with the Switch, if I really want to enjoy playing on it, I've got to you've got to have like the actual whole get up. You know, it's not
Yeah.
like with a Mario. It's not like playing Mario Party 8 on the Wii U where one person had the main controller and everybody had a little stick thing, and everybody was happy with that, and it felt kind of even still.
And
So
I didn't have a. I had a Wii, but I never really played it that much. How much were the extra controllers for that?
depends on if you got first party or a knockoff. But about and if you got a motion plus or not, but about $30 or $40. Um, but they also felt weighty, and there was a little bit of like heft to them. Like I'm just not impressed with the Switch as a whole. I mean, after I have more time with it, um, you know, we might be in a video a year from now, and I'm saying, you know what, I was totally wrong. I'll admit it if I'm wrong, but just so far, I have not been impressed so far.
Yeah, I think the biggest things keeping me away from launch purchase are one, not a regular tablet, can't play my games, which obviously it's a Nintendo console. Um, so less value, and two is the price point. That's just, I mean, it just some of the peripherals are ridiculously priced,
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna support that.
I agree. So,
I mean, I'll buy a Epic gaming mouse for like $300, but that's completely different than buying uh, one of those pro controllers that
wasn't Xbox Live talking about going free, by the way, or supporting a free version?
maybe, but I can't.
I can't remember. We're gonna have to
Uh,
dig into that.
I wouldn't think that that would be very good though,
Yeah, I mean, I just
as
recall
compared to the
Lenovo Gold.
yeah,
Yeah.
because didn't they have a silver tier that was free at one point?
They did, and I heard a rumor that they were thinking about doing something similar again. But to be honest, with my gold, I always wait until there's a sale and I pick it up. And for like $50, I get a year of great service. I've always been happy with Xbox Live,
Yeah.
and not only that, but I get 4 free games a month. I mean, unfortunately, life gets a little hectic sometimes, so I don't get to play games as much as I want. But it's great to be able to look at my library and know that I got 48 free games in a year. Even if half of them are trash,
Well,
there's always those little diamonds.
speaking of trash, I haven't checked for Steam Crate yet, but
Oh, that's this weekend.
that is this weekend.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steam Crate, but so far you have been trash.
I've gotten 2 good games off of Steam Crate, so worth the price of admission for me. Obviously, they don't care about you as a human being.
Yeah. I just think it's weird that console manufacturers expect you to pay them money to be able to browse their online storefront. I think that's weird. And as a primary PC gamer, I wouldn't pay to be able to browse Steam. I wouldn't pay to be able to browse Origin.
But you do pay to browse Steam. There's a little piece of your soul that's missing that Gabe owns now.
Think Gaben, yeah, Gaben owns part of my soul. That's true enough. But I don't want to hear shit from you because you own a Vive.
Yes, but I love my Vive. and it was a good purchase, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Every time you use it a little bit more, you're still out through
There's just none left to take.
the eyes.
There's,
Oh.
it's it's just funny because Steam happened and it kind of jumped on the scene, and I remember like whenever Steam first came on board.
God, I hated Steam when it first came out.
I still kind of hate Steam. I think their technical support and their customer service is terrible.
Well, yeah, it's not great, but I do remember when it came out.
It's like that.
What game was it? What game was it that I bought?
Everybody was like, "We hate DRM. We're gonna try to crusade against DRM. We're not gonna use DRM." And then Steam came along, and everybody's like, "Well, we'll be okay with this DRM."
I think it was Sin the game or something like that.
Soul Empire. Amazing game.
And it had Steam packaged with it. No, it was the first person shooter Sin.
Oh.
I got that for like $20. The sequel to that nobody played and is a pretty bad game.
Yeah, Sims was off of
But anyway, it came with Steam, and I was like, "This is horrible. I hate this." It was way back when we were still living in Texas.
I remember Napoleon Total War had Steam where I had to install it off the CD. I was like, "Fuck this! I have a CD, and you're making me install it off of so and so."
God, oh, that pissed me off so much when I bought Skyrim, my physical copy of Skyrim, and it was basically a download code for Steam, a glorified download code, because like you take it home, you put it in your CD tray, and it prompts you for your Steam login.
Yeah.
And you log in, and then it downloads the fucking game, and we're like, what the? And that was when I was living off satellite internet. I was like, what the hell? I bought the physical copy for a reason. And now, of course, Skyrim's not gonna work without Steam. So if Steam ever goes away, then there's Skyrim.
It's frustrating because Steam has made itself kind of indispensable now, and it is a little frustrating. I mean, I know we're going on a rant here, but like I know I'm going to sound a little old school here, but I genuinely miss the days of opening a game case and having an awesome thick user manual to be able to page through. I remember.
You remember Neverwinter Nights manual?
Oh, I will see you one. The original Tribes. The original Tribes. I remember, to this day, my father took me to the store, and he was like, "Are you sure you don't want Deer Hunter?" And I was like, "Oh, Dad, I've never hated you more." And then I went and got Tribes, because I was a good person. And I love my father. He was just messing with me, but he knew better. But anyway, so I took that Tribes, I got in the car, and reading that little thing, and I still remember like they had children's rhymes about like the war and how everybody died and this and that and stuff, and like the artwork and everything. Like same with Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale.
World of Warcraft when it came out had that thick manual that had the background on all the races, and it even had I remember the height chart that it had in it for all the different races.
Kids, we had Wiki whenever we were. Or we had Wikia whenever we were young too. It just came in a book form.
Yeah, and I remember that. I thought that was awesome. I remember being pissed off like in the last part of the 16-bit era when they all started coming in black and white. And they were all like 5 pages long, and it was all like, come on, really?
Or and like so at some point. I'll have a video where I show off some of my gaming paraphernalia. I have a lot of gaming paraphernalia. You might see us like looking around this room, and it's because there's a little bit to be had.
Yeah.
And a little obsessive about my hobby, but I love some of the stuff that comes out. Like I love my Pip-Boy, I love my Titanfall helmet. I love these things, but and I like the art books to come out. But damn it. I enjoy getting a silly little atlas that tells me everything there is to know about this
Yeah.
universe.
And like freaking cloth maps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a good map in a game in a while. I guess The Witcher 3 had one.
A good
Um,
map in a game or a good.
a good like map that came with the game.
Oh,
Um,
Titanfall 2 had a cool little scarf-like thing.
I guess yeah. Okay, thank you. Um,
I'm trying.
but I guess the last
Also,
and
small segue.
any old school gamer knows what I'm talking about because every RPG that you would buy
Oh yeah.
would have a map, like a poster map or something. I have a drawer in my apartment that just is full of maps.
That's what I loved about Asheron's Call. Actually, you know what I loved about Elemental, which was originally a co-op game. Damn you, Stardock. It was originally a co-op game, and I loved it because when you zoomed out, it turned into like an old school map.
Yeah.
I'd actually play in that map mode just because it was fun.
But I guess the last games that I bought that were like that is
Civ 6 has a cool map mode like that too, doesn't it? I can't. Yeah, they do.
I don't know.
Yeah, they do.
But
Zoom
I
out.
bought the Elder Scrolls Legacy Collection
Hmm.
that had all the main Elder Scrolls games in it. Maybe I'll do a Let's Play retrospective. Go through all the Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah, I gotta get my
But
Madden videos unflagged while we're at that.
the point is they
Unflag
came
my
with some
videos in
really awesome maps, and I remember when games used to come with that. Damn it!
Hmm. True statement. So I think we ramble a little bit now. So we thank you for staying with us through this, and we'll catch you up after the jump.
Absolutely.
We.
All right. So what's our next?
The next topic